Hey viewers and welcome back again with a new reaction video। और आज की इस वीडियो में जिस वीडियो पे हम रिएक्ट करेंगे उसका टॉपिक है वर्ल्ड मोस्ट पावरफुल कंट्रीज। इस वीडियो का ओरिजिनल लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा अगर आप इस वीडियो को पर्सनली देखना चाहते हैं तो इस वीडियो में जानेंगे हम आज की डेट में दुनिया के पावरफुल कंट्रीज के बारे में। लेकिन उससे पहले आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि अगर आपने इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो प्लीज चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें और बेल आइकन को प्रेस कर लें ताकि आपको लेटेस्ट वीडियोस सबसे पहले मिलती रहें। तो चलिए इस वीडियो पे रिएक्ट करते हैं 3, 2, 1 एंड लेट्स स्टार्ट।
Power projection. This has become like an everyday affair now. Nations around the world are continuously ramping up their capabilities. And to say in simple words, they are doing this to protect themselves from each other. We know some of you may say this sounds stupid. But agree or not, that's how the world works. So, let's see what we have got here. The United States retains the top spot in this list. US is the most powerful country, both numerically and technologically. And it certainly spends more on its military budget than any other country.
Economically or technically,
the US military is equipped with the most advanced tanks, aircrafts, submarines, and ships. Along with the advanced technology, the US military has a lot of experience in fighting wars in different parts of the world. So, they have a good battle-tested force. But, having the strongest military is not the only thing that makes them the most powerful nation. It is the alliances that makes the US more secure and stronger. You see, after the end of World War II, US and Soviet Union were the only major superpowers. And that time Europe was in a weak position, and they were worried that the Soviets might invade them and spread communism in Europe. So to resist this possible invasion, the US formed a collective alliance with 11 other countries. And this was the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO. This agreement was very simple. An armed attack on one member would be regarded as an attack on all of them. Similarly, an agreement was signed with 6 countries in Asia when North Korea and China turned communist. These alliances gave the US significant importance in world politics. Also, it has given them a significant amount of global military bases and first line of defense. This keeps the US homeland more safe. And all of these things make the United States more powerful than anyone. Now let's head towards
Number 2, Russia.
After the end of World War II, the Soviet Union was the only nation on Earth that could go head-to-head with the US. In fact, in some categories they outmatched the US military. In the 80s, Soviet Union had more manpower, tanks, tower artillery, and submarines than the US. But, all of this came to a sudden end with the collapse of Soviet Union. Although after the formation of Russian Federation in 1991, they acquired most of the Soviet-made weapons, but they struggled to maintain them. Thousands of nuclear weapons, tanks, aircrafts, and submarines began to suffer the effects of budget cuts. And now most of them are beyond repairable. In 1988, defense spending of the Soviet Union was around $250 billion, but by 1992 this spending came down to only $40 billion, and continued to fall for the rest of the 90s. Then by the start of 2000s things started to change slowly. The Russian economy was growing steadily, and so was the defense budget. In 2008, a massive military reform program was launched. The goal was to reach 70% modernization by the year 2020. And yes, they have really achieved most of their goals. In the past 2 decades, Russia has modernized their military. They created new weapon platforms such as the 5th-gen fighter aircrafts, air defense systems, and advanced cyber warfare capabilities. Also, they have proven some of their weapons in Syria. So, even if Russia is not strong as it was in the 80s, they covered a great distance. Now let's move to the next one.
Number 3,
China's rise as a military power has become possible because of its rapid economic development. We have already made a video on how China achieved its economic growth. Click on the card above to watch it. The economic growth gave China resources for research and development of weapons. China's military spending has grown steadily since 2000. But in the last decade it took a 5-fold shoot, and reached nearly $200 billion. Back in the late 70s, most of the Chinese weapons were outdated. But the story is completely different now. China's air and naval capabilities are catching up with the West. The country has successfully made 5th-gen fighter aircrafts, aircraft carriers, nuclear power submarines, and much more. Even though many experts question their actual capabilities, the technological gap of weapons between the West and China is rapidly getting smaller. And today China is the most powerful nation in Asia.
बहुत बड़ी है भाई.
Now comes India.
India
Similar to China, India's economy has also grown in the past 2 decades. Because of this, India also saw a steady increase in their military spending. They went from $14 billion in 2000 to nearly $71 billion in 2019. Much of this increased military budget was dedicated to modernizing the military due to the rise of China. India is the only country in this list which is currently operating both Russian and US weapon platforms. If you think there's a good thing, then you're wrong. Using weapons from different countries makes things difficult in today's network-centric warfare. Although India is eagerly trying to alter this situation by replacing the old Russian-made platform by Western and domestically made ones. This process is taking time. Still, India has made some progress, especially in domestically made weapons. And in recent times they have also demonstrated its capabilities of domestically built weapons by testing it multiple times. Whether it is air-to-air anti-radiation or air-to-ground missile, the country has shown its capabilities. Also, they are considering to sell these weapons to some of the ASEAN countries. So, with the continuously increasing capabilities, India is considerably powerful to be a part of this list. Now, along with these 4 nations, there are a few other countries which could be in this list in the coming time. We are talking about Japan, France, and the UK.
Okay. तो इंडिया के बाद जापान, फ्रांस और यूके भी जो है वो भी most powerful
countries. So they stand a good chance to make their way up. So, what are your views about this video? Let us know in the comments section below. And we are glad you watched the full video. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Thank you.
तो ये थी वीडियो दुनिया के पावरफुल कंट्रीज के बारे में, जिसमें नंबर 1 पे यूएसए था, नंबर 2 पे रशिया और नंबर 3 पे चाइना और 4 पे इंडिया था। इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है कि आज की डेट में ये कंट्रीज जो इस वीडियो में बताए गए हैं 6-7, ये काफ़ी पावरफुल कंट्रीज हैं। लेकिन फ्यूचर में इंडिया और चाइना जो है इनका आगे बढ़ने का चांस ज़्यादा है सुपर पावर कंट्रीज़ में। फ्यूचर में जो भी हो वो तो फ्यूचर में होगा, लेकिन जो लास्ट फ्यू डेकेड्स हैं उनमें इंडिया और चाइना ने बहुत ज़्यादा जो है प्रोग्रेस की है और आगे बढ़े हैं दूसरे कंट्री से, क्योंकि यूएसए और रशिया तो काफ़ी पहले से सुपर पावर हैं। इसके अलावा लास्ट में जापान, यूके और फ्रांस, ये भी मोस्ट पावरफुल कंट्रीज़ हैं। वैसे तो ये छोटे कंट्रीज़ हैं, लेकिन इकोनॉमिकली भी ये काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग हैं। तो ये थी आज की वीडियो जिसमें आपने देखा मोस्ट पावरफुल कंट्रीज के बारे में। इस वीडियो का ओरिजिनल लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा अगर आप इस वीडियो को पर्सनली देखना चाहते हैं। तो वीडियो से जाने से पहले आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगे तो वीडियो को लाइक कर दें और इस तरह की और भी वीडियोस को देखने के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें। तो मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए गुड बाय।